Hey, what's up, Dean Super Performance? We are back at the shop and working on David's truck. Someone commented, I don't remember his username and I'm sorry, but the harness that goes through the firewall, he said that the 4 or 5 wires that were in there were mostly like OBD stuff. So I started looking through that section, and then I came inside and nothing plugs into that harness, but this is the heater plug here. I thought, well, it must plug into here, but it doesn't. And then there's this one, and it doesn't. It's essentially this exact same plug. So I don't know where that exactly plugged in. I saw there was like an anti-theft box, or there was something. So I just took those wires out, and that harness now is gone. But here's the firewall grommet, if that's what you want to call this piece. It goes like that. So I've got that all taken apart. All the glue is out of it. All the glue is off the wires. And I have that harness taped up for the inside. I think it's over here. Yeah, there it is on the floor. So I've got it all taped up nice, and this is where it passed through. So this is where it's going to go over the engine. The 2 grounds are going to stay out because I'm going to ground them to the chassis, and which I'll probably just do 1 ring terminal on it, considering 2 wires going to the same spot. I'll probably just clip them, a decent length, put a ring terminal. This will get strung across the top. I believe I'm going to go over the top. I might try to go under. There's not a lot of stuff over the top, and there's plenty of room. So I'm debating, but I got to get these here. See, this says starter, and these 2 wires are together. So this goes to the solenoid, but I'm pretty sure this is the relay trigger, because it came out of the relay. So I'm pretty sure that's the relay trigger. And then according to the diagrams, this is your starter relay feed. So this should be 12 volts from the column, but I got to trace this back in and make sure that this doesn't have like a funky security thing going on. Down that black plug, I believe, right there. It'll be in that harness there, pretty sure. So I just have to trace through and make sure that I got all the wires right, so that it sends a signal. It's pretty easy to do. And actually, the other one I just did was the fuel level. That was not coming out of that big bolt-in block. It actually comes out of this block. And they're connected together somewhere in there. Oh, at a plug. Right here. This plug. So that purple right there is actually the fuel level. So it's already in the plug. Like I said, it's already in this harness. So this is the other end of the plug, and there's the purple. It runs all the way back, and then it falls short because the factory tank goes up here. So I just have to extend with the blue wire. So making progress. But I don't have the dash. I don't have... I took his factory dash out because he's doing the Dakota Digital, and I don't have any of that stuff. Their email was 6 to 8 weeks out because it's build to order. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to find, this is the fuel right here, and then I'm going to find my power and ground, and that's what I'll use for the VHX box. And I'm going to try to mount the box in there. I don't know that I'll be able to. I might be able to cut a hole and kind of mount it behind it, And then you got the BIM module. So there's a bunch of pieces to go with the Dakota stuff. But yeah, so this is what I'm working on. I'm going to keep working on this. Get these wires strung because I got to get the alternator wire also strung to where I want it to go. So I'm going to try and make these look neat and nice, and we'll go from there. I'll be back. All right, so got David's truck up in there, did a bunch of stuff, but right now I'm actually draining the oil into my jug. Probably won't hold all of it, but I'll show you in a second here, because I think this is going to almost be full. Yeah, it's almost full. Yep. You can see it starting to spill out. So that's at least 4 quarts in this jug right now. And it's going to pour all over the place. So, we'll put our handy dandy cardboard. But this jug, I have a sight glass on it. Should have used it. But anyways, I have a valve on the bottom, a valve on the top with an air chuck, a pressure gauge, and there's a cap for that. And then the line over there goes up to that fitting on the block right here. So that's my, what is in the way? Oh, the steering. Hiya. See, that's my barb fitting. So I take the factory plug out, which is that one there. And then I put that in. I put that hose on. That chuck goes to the bottom. And you put air on it, and that will pump it through. I made this a long time ago. I've used it a bunch. So I'm going to get the compressor turned on, get this stuff cleaned up, get this capped off, and I'll come back. Okay, I got the plug in. I actually ended up just putting some rubber line on there. I got the ratchet on the crank, and compressor is off now, so that valve is open, and then you slowly push this one in, and you see it starts making oil pressure. So roughly just under 20 is pretty good for me. Then slowly kind of just rotate the motor. Rotate. Holy moly. Rotate. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, yeah, don't pop off. So, rotate. Too tight. Rotate. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Get a little more oomph. There it goes. What is this? 15-to-1 compression? Holy moly. This way here, it could just kind of get through the bearings and lifters a little bit better. She might have been a little dry, but I basically let that run until I hear it burbling. You can see the levels coming down in it. So I'll keep at it. Ooh, yep, Don't see anything pouring out, so that's good. Yeah, it's right about 20. Maybe give it a hair more. Oh, actually, I have the regulator over there turned down, so I could probably, yeah, crack that all the way open. And then give that a little twist up to about 30. Yep, so that's come up a little bit, 25-ish. So, yeah, now it's really pushing the oil out. You see the level going down. So you want to get like probably a full rotation or two out of it. And that white mark up there, that bird duke or whatever, is what I'm going off of. And I've already gone like twice. So, oh, there's a good spot. Then you'll hear it start making a farting noise. This way, just it's got oil all the way through it before we go whacking it over. So you see the bird duke's back up, but oil's out of it, so we'll start hearing that fart pretty soon. I'll be back. All right, so we got that factory plug is back in, jug's put away. It is almost ready. The rest of what I got done today was this rear harness. I pulled the blue wire back out all the way to here, extended the purple, hooked it up. So I know that's the fuel sender also, because I did continuity from the dash outside to the wire in the plug. The purple on the other half of this plug. That's up in there. So I loomed the rear harness real nice. This is the reverse light, which is going to come across to the reverse switch. I'll have to extend it a little bit, but the cross member's already got a couple of holes, so we could do like a wire tie in it. That's got to get zip tied up right there, but I got it zip tied all the way back, and then it's too short. So I think this is a regular cab harness, because that plug is way up there. It's nowhere near long enough. So I'm probably gonna have to peel this back, cut them, extend them up. I have purple. I don't know what colors I have, which is gonna suck. Looks like I have white, green, blue, yellow, brown, gray. So I'll have to make up a small harness to go from up top down below. Then I also did a chassis ground. So I ground it all down. I gotta shoot a little paint on it. Ground it down, made this cable up. It goes up to the negative. I got to throw the Holly harness out, the main power harness out, and route that kind of with these fuel pump wires. I have them coming down here. I'm going to zip tie them here, but I'm going to wait for the other harness to get in there, and then I'll probably zip tie it to this hole, carry it down and over. And then I could tie in the fuel pump. This is battery, which is actually the other wire on the other side I was going to use. I may cap that wire off and run this directly to the battery like I always do. So yeah, I'm going to, I also took that first cable I made up and threw it in here. I'm actually going to use it for the alternator cable. It's just a bigger cable, and then I can, off the alternator, feed the fuse box with probably that wire there that's existing on that fuse box. So that way it's a little bit neater. But I am going to disconnect the negative on the battery, hook this cable up, let the truck down, and try, I might actually clip this off, make up long wires, drop them down so that next time it goes up I can connect them to this harness here. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to work. Okay, this is it, I'm done. But I got the alternator wire brought up. on the alternator, tightened up. That is the starter solenoid coming in with the other alternator wire that feeds the fuse box. This orange, this is not tight yet, but it does have bolts in it. So I got all of that done. Then the relay grounds are this little miniature thing right here for now. I still got to get these over to the other side. These will power the Holly and probably the Dakota Digital box, because it's a low amp fused wire on there. Something's up with the key. I don't know what it is, but I got the battery all hooked up and everything. This little pin right here doesn't disengage, so it doesn't let me do anything with the key. Whoa, my meter's screaming at me. So I have to literally stab it in. Try to look in the phone there. See how I pushed it in with the probe? I have to push that pin in to get the key to roll forward, which is in the on position or run position. And then I do have, so it does crank over. I'm going to turn the key back, but I would assume that's probably grounds on it. I don't really know. So I'm not sure. This column he got out of a manual truck because he's a manual transmission. It used to be an automatic truck, so I'm not sure if it's something to do with like a power coming in. It recognizes that initial keystroke and pulls that pin in. I don't really know all of that stuff. I don't know that, but you can't get the key out, you can't turn the key, so I imagine it's something to do with like this little plug here. I'll have to, I don't know, maybe look into it or something. I don't know, but I do have it cranking over. I got the main Holly wires run all the way under. I got everything zip tied. You can't see it right now, but everything's run. And yeah, I'm just got the battery on the charge, and then the Holly is hooked up. Everything is hooked up now. So basically all I have as far as the Holly stuff goes is the ignition and the ground. Yeah, you can see I got the main power harness there, and I taped it together, shoved it through. So once I get the other wires through, and I think I found, once I get the other wires through, finish the statement, jackass, I will get the two big grounds somewhere over here, possibly here, or I don't know, somewhere, maybe right there. But I'll get those mounted and the heater plugged in, because those are for the heater. Then I can get interrupted. So anyways, yeah, I don't remember what I was saying. I was interrupted for 20 minutes, but pretty sure I found a place to mount the Terminator. There is, oh god, there's a bracket. There it is. You can kind of see the bolt right there. There's two bolts, actually. There's another one somewhere up in there. I'm going to make a plate that bolts to those, and then the ECU bolts onto, and all the wiring will point down. I'll be able to tuck the wiring off to this side over here above the blower motor, and that should keep it all tucked up in nice. And I'll be able to get to the can plug, hopefully. So, because I have to run an extension over to the dash for the BIM module. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Got it cranking over. Basically, all I need to do is the ignition and ground. The Holly will turn on. Well, plug it in, duh. But the Holly will turn on. Everything should work. I probably got to put fuel in it. I don't, oh, that was gross. I don't think there's any fuel in it. Well, I hope there's no fuel in it. I'll beat them if there is. No, she's dry. Alright, so I'll bring a fuel jug tonight and let it charge. It's saying this battery is super low now, which is crazy, but it's probably also due to the jump box being on it. Let's see if it changes. No, so yeah, it was probably the jump box. Dang it. I don't know, we'll see. But I will bring a fuel jug home. Dang it. I'm trying to do 9 things at once. I need to stop. And then fuel it up in the morning and see if we can't get it to fire up. I know he wants to be here, so I will probably put it on the tripod, and then you'll hear him yip yakking. But yeah, so for today, that's about it, man. That's all I could do. It's getting late. It's already way later than I wanted it to be. So for this one, oh, I have to wire the fans too. Don't let me forget. For this one, that's it. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. Leave me a comment. And as always, have a good day.